Also, coming up here at the market today, we have the rib challenge. We also have the Emblem Club from the Elks is going to be here. They did the Dancing with the Stars last year, so they'll be here promoting their next event. And there's also the grand opening across the street. Peter from Frame World is just now moving his truck. He left his truck here overnight. He doesn't realize he's in some trouble.
Ah. Oh. Now, was that a ticketable offense?
We legally could have had him towed, but I knew he was probably just sleeping inside the Frame World store, maybe. So he's moving that now.
There's a car with frost on it over there too. Is that?
Yeah,
is that an overnight visitor?
That's somebody who lives above Frame World.
Oh.
They got a new religious bumper sticker. I can still tell it's them. But they're gonna
might live above the Love Shop with a.
No, I've been above the Love Shop.
Nobody you've been there?
Oh yeah.
What's up there? Bill's got an investigative report.
No, above a band practices up there.
Okay.
Practices up there.
Oh, Free the Fox.
There's an old mannequin up there.
I bet there's an interesting
church
place.
altar.
No,
yeah, it's a neat scene.
In Al Capone's vault.
But
they're all up there.
Here downtown today, they're doing the grand opening at Frame World. The new proprietors there, and
is Free the Fox playing?
No, Free the Fox is probably not playing
for the grand opening. No.
And Jim Kane from Standard Title is here. He's
right
across the street. October 22nd is the day for the Jazz for Habitat show at the Paramount Theater. All the proceeds benefit Habitat for Humanity. And if you haven't been to one of those shows, Jim, you want to say anything about the show coming up on the 22nd? This will be. You've done this a couple times now. This will be number 3.
This is our third one. We're calling it the third annual, although our last one was in January.
Yeah.
We talked the Paramount Theater people into letting us move the event up to October.
Yeah.
The last 2 years was in January, and they were the 2 coldest nights of the winter. So last year was minus 15 degrees.
Wow.
A little hard to get people out for the concert that way.
So probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea. We hope so. We hope to increase ticket sales that way.
Yeah.
And musicians, 15 below in October.
Musicians like to have warm fingers, even when they're going to.
They do. They do.
What? As far as the show goes, what's on tap for the show?
Well, the show begins at 8:00. Doors open at 7, and it's featuring the Dave Stone Quintet. Dave Stone is a local guitarist, jazz player, and teacher. The other people in the quintet, Tyke Hendershot is from Kankakee also. Tyke's a retired teacher from Herscher High School, but he's a bass player. And then the keyboard player, Roger Harris, is from Chicago. The drummer, Demon Youth, is from Joliet area. And this year the horn player is a flugelhorn, and is Tommy Flanagan from Niles.
Very good.
So every year they switch out the horn. Usually it's a saxophone. This year they're using a flugelhorn.
And there was some vocals last year too.
The last 2 years we've had vocals. Frankie Wesson is a vocalist out of Chicago.
Okay.
She plays a lot, or sings rather a lot, with Roger Harris, the keyboard player.
Okay.
She had a conflict of dates this year. She couldn't make it. So
I need to go help Roy for like 5 minutes.
That's fine too.
People would just sing along on their own.
That's right. But people and people have asked me about it when they see that she's not listed in the press releases.
Oh.
They're asking me about it, and so we'll get her back next year.
Yeah.
She just wasn't able to do it this time.
Well, and people will appreciate her more the following year.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing I think people would be a little bit disappointed by, but it's not like people are not going to come because of that. I think people who are into it are into it.
They're going to enjoy the music. Yeah, exactly. And it's good music, and these are consummate professionals. Roger plays 3 nights a week up at Sullivan Steakhouse in Chicago. Dave and Tyke play around the area quite a bit. So, this is not an amateur group. These guys are good.
Well, I think what's neat about this is that this is something, combines a couple things that you're passionate about with Habitat for Humanity as well as the jazz. And then you kind of get to combine that for an event that...
Well, this was kind of my idea a couple years ago. We were trying to figure out how we could raise money and do it in a unique way. There's 100 golf outings a year and cash bashes, and so I brought the idea to the board, and they said, go ahead and see what you can do with it, and we ran with it, and the first 2 years that we've done it, we've been able to raise in the neighborhood of $6,000.
Wow.
Every one of those dollars goes to our building efforts for Habitat. We've completed 2 houses. The second house actually will be dedicated the end of this month, and we're breaking ground maybe today for the third house.
Oh goodness!
So,
Yeah. Wait till it warms up just a little bit before
well,
you.
the first 2 homes were built in the winter, so this is balmy.
You guys like cold weather.
Well, we've figured out that we can get the third house under roof and closed in by Thanksgiving or so, and then let it sit until the spring when we can. It's tough for volunteers to get out there and work at a house when it's cold.
And Jim,
and snowy.
for folks who aren't familiar, talk a little about Habitat for Humanity and what that's all about.
Habitat for Humanity is an international organization. If people have heard about it, they've probably heard about it because of President Jimmy Carter's involvement with it. He's kind of the poster child, if you will, for Habitat. Habitat's mission is to provide decent, affordable housing for those in need. Locally, we go through an application process looking for families that need housing. The first family, for example, has 6 children. The parents and 6 children are living in a 2-bedroom apartment. We were able to identify them through an open house that we had at the building site one Saturday, and they applied, and then they go through a vetting process. They also go through budget counseling and loan counseling programs with neighborhood housing, and we were able to put them in a 4-bedroom, 1,200 square foot house on South Indiana.
And they participate in the build process too.
The most probably the biggest misconception of Habitat is that we're giving homes away. These people buy these homes. They buy them with the benefit of an interest-free mortgage. The first family, for example, has a 30-year mortgage.
Okay.
They also are required to contribute 500 hours of labor, sweat equity into the project, whether it's their particular house or the next one we're building or whatever. They can build up those 500 hours by helping us at the concert, handing out programs, for example. If the family is large, like the first one was, the parents are on the job site, the oldest daughter was babysitting, they accumulate hours for that.
Okay.
So they're required to get those 500 hours, and that is a lot of hours when you start trying to squeeze it in. This time, the third family, whose house we haven't even begun yet, has about 120 hours in on the second home.
Oh, wow.
So that's the way we want to get that ball rolling.
Good.
So we've been very fortunate in that we've got an awful lot of support from the community. Riverside Health is one of the largest sponsors of the concert. Standard Title also sponsors it to a lesser degree. And the people that come out to the concert not only come out to hear the music and enjoy the program, they're out there to support Habitat. And we've even